If you like Vega in Street Fighter or French dudes with trench coats, Gambit is the character for you in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, so here's a guide to help you out with learning him. Gambit is a low to mid tier character who doesn't have any crazy gimmicks that can be abused for easy damage or free kills, but he has solid projectiles, a mix-up move, a multi-hit special move, and an extremely damaging super combo for 1 bar of meter. Some of Gambit's pros include that he has a high damage super, he has both horizontal and anti-air projectiles for combos or to catch the opponent off guard, and a safe DHC with Cajun Explosion that can cross the opponent up by moving Gambit to the other side of the screen. Some of Gambit's cons include that he doesn't have any real air mobility options as he can't air dash or teleport, his Royal Flush super has terrible recovery which leaves him open to being punished, he only has 1 good assist, and he doesn't really do that much damage overall. Gambit's best assist is Kinetic Card, as it can get your opponent off you or to be used in combos for extensions. You want to use this assist on your team. His Cajun Slash assist isn't bad either, but it doesn't have the type of coverage and advantages that Kinetic Card provides. Finally, his launcher assist is his Crouching Heavy Punch. There's no reason to select this assist as the character you'll have out will have a usable launcher to use either way. I highly recommend Kinetic Card as overall it provides you with the most benefits. Before we get into normals, I'll admit that I couldn't find the frame data for all the frames on Gambit's normal and special moves. This game is so old and there's no official guidebook like what Marvel vs. Capcom 3 has, so frame data for most characters is extremely hard to find. With that being said, I managed to find some frame data, so Gambit's Standing Light Punch is a very quick jab that has 2 startup frames and 11 active frames. Standing Medium Punch is a downward staff attack and it's mainly used as combo filler. It has 6 startup frames. Standing Heavy Punch is a horizontal staff attack that knocks the opponent far away from Gambit whilst moving him back by quite a bit across the screen. It has 9 startup frames and 39 active frames. Standing Light Kick is a knee attack that hits the opponent's stomach. It has 2 startup frames and 11 active frames. Standing Medium Kick is a forward straight kick with decent range. It has 6 startup frames. Standing Heavy Kick is a high toe kick that pushes the opponent away from Gambit, albeit not as much as Standing Heavy Punch. It has 8 startup frames and 23 active frames. Crouching Light Punch is a quick forward punch. It has decent range so you can use it to catch your opponent low if they're not paying attention. It has 2 startup frames and 10 active frames. Crouching Medium Punch is another downward staff attack, but this one hits low. Like Standing Medium Punch, it's primarily used as combo filler. It has 6 startup frames. Crouching Heavy Punch is an upward staff attack that is Gambit's primary launcher. Use this move after Crouching Light or Crouching Medium Punch to launch the opponent into the air for a simple air combo. It has 8 startup frames and 30 active frames. Crouching Light Kick is a forward low kick that has passable range. It has 5 startup frames and 17 active frames. Crouching Medium Kick is a back-turned low kick that, like the other medium attacks, is mainly used as combo filler. It has 6 startup frames. Crouching Heavy Kick is a standard sweep attack, although it has slightly more than average startup, so you can get punished before the move even comes out if you're not careful. It has 11 startup frames and 35 recovery frames. Jumping Light Punch is nearly identical to Standing Light Punch, but it's in the air. The angle of this move makes it very hard to hit standing opponents. It has 4 startup frames and 17 active frames. Jumping Medium is a quick staff attack used for even more medium combo filler. It has 8 startup frames. Jumping Heavy Punch is a big downward swipe with the staff that has somewhat lengthy startup. It's good for spiking your opponent down to the ground at the end of air combos. It has 11 startup frames and 20 active frames. Jumping Light Kick is a quick forward kick that has good range. Use this move to get some quick damage on an aerial opponent from mid-range. It has 3 startup frames and 19 active frames. Jumping Medium Kick looks similar to Standing Heavy Kick as it's a high hitting toe kick. It has 7 startup frames. Jumping Heavy Kick is another forward kick that does decent damage. It has 7 startup frames and 25 active frames. Performed with a quarter circle forward motion and a punch, Kinetic Card is essentially Gambit's Hadouken. As his main projectile, you'll be using this move to control space in the neutral and to catch your opponent off guard with small damage over time. Both the light and the heavy versions travel straight across the screen horizontally. Performed with a quarter circle back motion and a punch, Trick Card is Kinetic Card but as an anti-air. While not great, this move can be used to get some simple damage on an opponent who is jumping forward while not blocking. Performed with a DP motion and a punch, Cajun Slash is Gambit's forward moving special attack that will either hit once or multiple times depending on the button you press. Light Punch will give you a single hit, whereas Heavy Punch will make Gambit hit the opponent 3 times. Use the light version if your opponent is blocking, as you can recover faster or in combos. The heavy version has too much startup to use in combos, but the initial jump can go over lows if you time it right. Performed by charging down and pushing the stick up with a punch button, Cajun Escape is Gambit's best way to quickly escape from the enemy's offense by leaping into the air and clinging to a wall. If you push the stick in the opposite direction while Gambit is on the wall, he will make a second leap to the other side of the screen, which can be used for a potential mix-up attempt. Performed the same way as Cajun Escape, but with a kick button, this move is like the previous move, but with Gambit attacking with a dive kick after the initial jump has completed. If he jumps to the right side of the screen, he'll dive kick to the left and vice versa. This move is your primary cross-up attack, and you can cover the initial charge with an assist to ensure you'll land this move safely. Performed with a quarter circle forward motion and both punch buttons, Gambit throws a bunch of cards at the enemy that suspends them in place wherever they were caught. The super does a lot of damage and it's an easy DHC option, so use this move often if you can. It also hits as an OTG, so you can do it after an assist or a crouching heavy kick. Performed with either a quarter circle forward or quarter circle back motion and both kick buttons, Gambit jumps to the side of the screen and shoots a bunch of vertical beams from the ground that hit the enemy multiple times. This super is unsafe on startup, as Gambit can get hit out of the initial leap, but if he contacts the wall, he's safe. If you do a quarter circle back to do this move, Gambit will jump to the left side of the screen, and vice versa with a quarter circle forward. This move is a great way to DHC Gambit in, as it will often cross your opponent up for some free damage. The most basic combo for Gambit is the Magic series followed by Air Heavy Punch, but here are some simpler combos for you to use in a match. Some of Gambit's most popular partners include Cyclops, Jin, Strider, Captain Commando, Cable, Hayato, Rogue, Mega Man, Psylocke, and Venom. These characters can be assisted by Gambit's kinetic card assist as an extra projectile, or they can assist Gambit themselves by using their various projectile and reversal assists to gain space between you and the opponent, eliminating their pressure. That's all I've got for Gambit in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Overall, Gambit is a decent all-rounder who doesn't do lots of damage, but he has solid mix-up potential with the specials and supers, in addition to possessing simple specials and combos for you to take advantage of in a match. I hope you learned something from this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.